didn't see you there. I'm Mr. Bertram. I'm in my basement. What a semester you have had, am I right? It's important to stay busy in the summertime. Maybe this summer more so than ever before. Most of your teachers stay pretty busy in the summertime too. I know it looks like our job is pretty cushy because, you know, summer break and all, but any teacher worth their salt is using that time to do stuff for that following school year. I will be doing that this year like I have done every year. In fact, just today, the 27th of May, 2020, I spent 4 hours in a training session for some software that we're going to use next year. We are already preparing now for online learning, should we need it, next year. So this summer I got some things I want to do. There's always a to-do list of accomplishments I want to make sure I have gotten taken care of by the end of the summer. But I've been spending so much time at home recently that a lot of things I would do in the summertime are kind of already taken care of. There's moving your winter clothes and your summer clothes around in your closet. I've already reorganized all of the music in our house. I have backed up and saved all the content from every computing device in my home. And 4 or 5 times a day I take this one out. But summer's a long time, man. So what are you going to do this summer? I'll share with you a few things that I'm going to do. One thing I want to do this summer is read more books. One that I will read is actually a reread. This is You Are Here by Thich Nhat Hanh. And as you can see, I have read this book a lot. There's a lot of markings in those pages, a lot of dog ears. I highly recommend this book if you're having a hard time figuring out what matters and what doesn't, because the only thing that does matter is you. I'm going to reread Hamlet again, because I need to do that apparently. No, I've got some big plans for next year after having had this whole at-home experience. I've done a lot of house cleaning, made a lot of new documents from old resources that I was using. And this guy, he's going to get a total makeover this year. Another book that I plan on rereading is The Practical Meditator by Harry C. Meserve, I don't know. This book is also much loved and very written in, as you can see. So I'm gonna try this one out one more time. It's kind of an annual reread every summer. I plan to write letters this summer. I plan to organize all of my hats. Speaking of which, my hat. You like it? Gee, thanks. Just got it. I think I'm going to write a new song this summer as well. Maybe a little introduction for next year's students. Something like this. Good morning, boys and girls, young women and men. Let me entertain you, introduce myself again. My name is T.C. Beasy, get your A's so easy, and I always take the late work because I want you to succeed, see? Something like that. I plan to play my guitar every day. I'm kind of the cook at our house, so I'll be doing a lot of that too. I'm sure I'll make some kind of a road trip to somewhere that's safe to go and, you know, is close enough that I won't have to stop anywhere. One thing I want to do this summer is I want to learn, memorize a speech from Shakespeare. I think one of the first ones I'm going to try and memorize, honestly try to memorize all of, is the Pyrrhus and Priam speech given by the Player King. You remember the Player King in Hamlet? Yeah, so he's got this spiel that's like, anon he finds them, striking too short at Greeks, his sword repugnant to his command. That's all I got. I will try to maintain a regular bedtime and a regular wake-up time, just like I instructed all of my juniors to do in one of our modules recently. I'm going to send thank you cards to my colleagues for being so awesome in this fourth quarter scenario we've had. I look forward to celebrating Gary Pullman's life at his Celebration of Life ceremony in July. I am absolutely going to see my grandmother the first chance I get that I think is safe. And summertime's important at my house because my wife's birthday is July 5th. Happy birthday. And thank you for that great new hat. And I'll sort through all my file boxes that I brought home, and I will remake some posters that have become faded by the fluorescent lights of room 403 so that they're brand new, shiny and sparkling for room 414. I'll do all these things this summer and so much more. What's your point, Mr. Bertram? Well, my point is that a plan is important to have, even when it's, you know, rest and relaxation time. Make sure you charge up your batteries. Try and read a new book. Invite someone to a socially distanced picnic. And I have no idea what a TikTok is, but I hear that you love it, so make some of those. Have you heard any of Mr. Bertram's Study Tunes playlists on Spotify? Well, if you liked those, I've set you up with a summertime playlist as well, called Sunny Up Volume 1. I suspect there will probably be a Volume 2 and 3 this summer, but you can go ahead and check those out on Spotify. My handle is TCBeezie, TCBeezie. That's me. Do things that you want to do with your time, because it's yours. Because, man, when school comes back, you're partially owned by school, and you know that, so enjoy the summertime. This is a very unceremonious and unusual way to go off to summer break, so just know that even though I didn't get to sign your yearbook and you didn't get to sign mine, I'm thinking of you, and I will be all summer long. And for you graduates, congratulations. I'm so sorry what has happened to your fourth quarter, but hey, I couldn't think of a better group of people to try and tackle this situation. Speaking of graduation, you want to see something funny? Before you now is the Fort Zumwalt South High School yearbook from 2001. There's your man, Mr. Bertram, 17 years old, the summer of 2000, getting ready for his senior year. And look at that. Coach Kamey and Mr. Chad Baldwin. And next year, if you're going to campus, be safe and get all your shots. And if you're not going to campus, that's okay. That's not what college is. The experience is what the individual makes it. And no matter what you do, don't feel like you're failing because you're not sticking to the plan. Sometimes the plan has to be altered. Fourth quarter is a really good example of that. But you know your man, Bertram. He didn't get into teaching until he was 30 years old. So there's always time to do good, be good, and make good on the commitments that you've made to yourself and others. Believe in yourself, believe in one another. Do good and be good. These things go hand in hand. If you're thinking of other people, you're probably also taking care of yourself. Anytime you think of Mr. B and you're not thinking about him standing on a desk and shouting, then think about him out here walking the trail at Ruth Park with Miss Ladybird, because this is one of my very favorite activities to do. One last thought before I go. I want to give a huge thank you to Mr. Joe Sutton, all of our assistant principals at North High School. The guidance department has been working overtime from their respective bunkers throughout St. Charles County. My colleagues in the English department have been working so hard. I have no doubt that all of your teachers have been pulling more than their weight to try and help get you through, and you have been asked to pull more weight than ever before because you've been asked to learn a lot of this stuff kind of on your own. So congratulations to you, and I want to thank you as well. And thanks to your families. Pull this video up and show it to them. Tony Bertram says, thank you, Mom and Dad, Fort Zumwalt. Without you, none of this would have been possible. Finally, a shout out to DAO, the Board of Education, the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. This has been some really weird times. I know that people have had to make some really unsavory decisions, and we've all made it. We've done okay. So, you know, this quarter, it's in the record books. It is what it is. And next year, maybe we'll be prepared for something that we won't need to employ. How cool would that be? Life leaves marks, and we need them to grow. Every positive experience and every negative experience that you have in your life matters. The people that you have those experiences with, or the people involved in those, they also matter. And your feelings about those events, those experiences, those people, those things matter. You matter. To thine own self be true. There is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. We learned both of those in Hamlet. And if you haven't read Hamlet yet, think about what we learned with those wellness modules. You and your thoughts and feelings, they matter. God, they matter. I'm always thinking about how much you matter. I hope you feel that you were supported. If not, forgive me. This was a learning experience for Mr. Bertram and all of your teachers and principals as well. But reminding you that life leaves marks and you need them to grow, and begging you to do good and be good, because character is what you're like when no one else is around. My heart to you forever. Class of 2020 and you juniors that I've had, goodness, what a time we've shared, right? Thank you so much for everything that you did to get yourself out of fourth quarter, because a lot was put on you. And thank you so much to anybody who reached out in any positive way. You make my job the thing that I live to do. Thank you for every opportunity you have ever given me to make a positive impact in your life. I hope I lived up to the hype. Wishing you a very happy summer. Do good and be good. From your pal, Mr. Bertram. Bye.